Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bronze to Diamond Full Mechanical Reset series, where we learn how to improve our mechanics by playing StarCraft and make basic decisions. Also baking decisions. Don't forget about baking decisions. Those are important too. This is all you need to get yourself out of anywhere but Diamond. I don't know how to get out of Diamond yet. I haven't gotten out of there, but I know how to get there. And this is how you do it as a Zerg player. There are 4 mechanics you need. You need to inject, you need to build overlords, you need to spread creep, and build units. Those are the 4 mechanics you need. And there's only one strategic decision-making concept you need to understand. So 4 mechanics, 1 strategic concept. And that strategic concept is attack, defend, expand. So when our opponent is attacking us, we use our defender's advantage, we build units, and we defend. We scout that with our creep spread and our overlords and things like that. When our opponent is clicking on this team tempo thing, when our opponent is defending, we expand. So if our opponent builds a bunch of cannons in their base, that's great. 2 cannons is 1 hatchery, so we can take an expansion. And when our opponent expands, we attack. And that's it. That's all we're going to do. We're going to use those basic principles and those 4 mechanics, and that's it. That's all we need. We're not going to need a whole bunch of fancy stuff, just the basics. And once you have the basics down and they're memorized and it's comfortable, then it becomes much easier to sort of flex strategically onto other ideas and start building different unit comps and things like that. So this is an approach to learning the game. I think it's quite efficient and fun. I hope you do too. And let's get out of silver. So we're holding the worker button down. Rapid fire worker production is part of the core. We're gonna split off. This is gonna be a little bit off. We're gonna get ready for the extractor trick. Actually, we're gonna do the extractor trick now. Next is the overlord. Oops. I've been doing the extractor trick at the wrong part. It's extractor trick, then overlord, not overlord. So the first drone is the one that does the extractor trick. 17, we're going to go to our second base. We're going to set up the rest of our cameras while that's going on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reset the camera. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And now these next eggs. I keep wanting to say drones. They're not drones yet. They're pre-drones. Will be our hatchery, our spawning pool. And now we're rallying into the gas from here. So we're looking for triples. That means 3 workers on a patch. It looks like we have no triple worker on a patch, which is great. That's what we want. We can actually rally this over here. The next drone that comes out of this hatchery will be able to go to the expansion. 19 overlord, and that, generally speaking, is going to scout for a 3rd base. That's how I like to do it. Feel free to make it up a bit as you go along. And now we're kind of waiting. We're going to wait for, oh boy, this man, this salty man is yeeting all over the place. How rude. We're going to get this hatchery. Build a couple of queens, 6 lings to keep us safe, and we're right back into drones. We're going to pull off gas. We're a little bit late on the gas pull off here. Get Zergling speed, overlord, back to drones, and we're going to go right for our 3rd base. No, we're not. It's a ZVZ. Normally we would go for a 3rd base here, but because it's a ZVZ, we're not going to. It's a little bit trickier. All right, I'm building this overlord. Very good. Queens are faster than overlords, so looks like we're going to get some kills here. And in a ZVZ, you can get yourself set up in such a way that... Actually, we're going to send these links out. You can get yourself set up in such a way that you can get a nice little wall for the most part and get up to roaches. Playing the Lingbane Wars is fun, but it's very volatile and can be tricky at an early stage. If you want to play the Lingbane Wars, you can go ahead. You're more than welcome to. And we do need to get back into gas now.
Metamorphosis complete.
Let's see if they got greedy. Alright, so we still need to work on the overlords. It looks like they did get greedy. It can be pretty good to go ahead and do a little bit of early aggression. Sometimes it works out for you. Killing queens is quite nice. And it looks like we supply block them. So that was very helpful. They don't have any units right now. So we were able to take advantage of that mistake that our opponent made. Normally I wouldn't advise attacking too much there, but it did work out. Let's get our overlords out of these dangerous positions so we don't get our overlord sniped. But we do want to, yeah. Oops. We do want to get our economy in order here. As you can see, my mechanics are quite bad. Because I'm actually mechanically a silver player right now. That's real. Alright, so our opponent has a couple bases. Oh, they're going for a third. I was going to expand, and actually we have tons of money, so I'm just going to go ahead and expand and attack at the same time. You're limited by your money.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, I thought I started getting a, whoops. Okay, we should be in a really good spot now.
Mutation complete. Our forces are under attack. Complete.
And that's it. Our opponent expanded. We took that opportunity to attack. And we were able to win. And I had terrible macro that game as well. So we stand up in between games. However short the queue may be, we stretch. Keep yourself alive. Move around. You don't want to get blood clots. You don't want to die. You want to avoid dying. Stretch. Stretch your body. Move around. This will also help you play better. So, just by standing up in between each game, you get a little bit of free MMR. Keep your brain sharp. Alright, holding down the worker key. Let's try to improve that macro while attacks are going on. Very simple worker split there. Only requires 2 actions, and you can get paired on the 4 closest mineral patches, which will boost your income slightly. I'm still adjusting to this new extractor trick setup. I've been doing it wrong for many years, many times. Oh, that's really what messed me up. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Kind of doing this on the fly. If you watch the other series, you'll notice that this is a little bit different than the other ways that we've been doing it. So I'll have to relearn how to set this up so that the worker pairing doesn't get messed up, but slight different positioning. Against Terran, they're going to drop you a lot, and so you want to have clear paths to be able to get your units into this back area. So choking this up can actually hurt you sometimes. Recenter that. Alright, we saw a worker come over here. And it's been missing for a little while. Okay. Shouldn't be any shenanigans. Hopefully if there were shenanigans, we would see them. Alright, so that overload's supposed to come in on 19, not 20. It's because the Reaper, it's going to make this difficult to protect against the Reaper. And we want to wait for the larva and the hatch to finish so we can get our safety lings as well. So slight misstep there. Safety lings, couple of queens. And we're going to go ahead and try to get the third base right around 230. Make sure we set that rally point. And after the third hatch will be... Okay, they do have an expansion. And we're going to actually just leave in gas, I think. And queue up speed. Speed's really great. We need an overlord. Generally, we want this overlord to finish before this round of inject finishes, because this round of inject will be a ton of economy if we can afford to do it. And we're going to shift queue this guy around in here. And we're going to need another queen and another overlord. Getting these early overlords down makes a really big difference. Oh, we should be using these links. Oh, that's our overlord ran through and scouted a 1-1-1. That's fun. Wasn't paying attention though, so I kind of want to see what's going on here. See what army they had.
Our forces are under attack.
Try to keep everything going on. Seems like they... Oh, they have a tech lab. Fusion core. Okay. So we're dealing with battle cruisers here.
Our forces are under attack.
We're gonna need... So this build is way off right now. I should have a huge army right now. Or I should be close to having a huge army right now. Mistakes have been made. try to get some vision. And just keep building queens. Queens are going to be our only anti-air for a little while.
Evolution complete.
Build a spire.
Forces are under
Some
attack.
spores.
Our
Run away.
forces are
Keep
under
building
attack.
queens. Some spores. Looks like they're not paying attention, so we're just going to try to build a spore there.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Ah! I didn't know what my hotkey was.
Our forces are under attack.
We're going to retake our third here. And we're going to get some corruptors.
Our forces are under attack.
And we're still going to get roaches. Roaches are your hammer. If you're a Zerg player and you're looking for a way to smash your opponent in a very non-subtle way, that's what the roach is for. We want to get some upgrade structures for that. Want to keep this upgrading. We need some overlords. We're going to send these lings out to try to get an idea of what they're doing. We want to attack and expand at the right times.
Mineral field. Our forces are under attack.
Okay, looks like they're expanding. They have a tank on the high ground. All right. So that means we're going to want to have an overseer or two with the army to help spot.
Complete.
Oh, I guess the corruptors can do that. And we're going to want tons of gas. Whoops, we already have
Mineral
the
field
geyser.
depleted.
We want our fourth base, because we're running out of minerals here. And we'll especially want some Ravagers when we can afford it. So,
Mineral field. Evolution complete. Unacceptable command.
I'm just trying to get lots of units out.
Evolution complete.
We're going to go ahead and get some macro hatcheries because we're bad. And when you're bad, you sometimes do some stuff to make up for your badness, like build macro hatcheries. We're going to send one bro out here to scout ahead.
Forces are under attack. Mutation complete. Our forces are under attack.
Okay. Let's go. Looks like they just made that one. They only made that one battlecruiser and then didn't keep going with it.
Mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack.
Decided to make a bunch of ghosts. So we definitely overreacted to the battle cruisers, but usually when they start making battle cruisers, they keep going. So same thing. We had really bad macro. We were still able to win, mostly because we built drones at the right time. That scout at 4 minutes is really helpful as well. And of course there, we didn't even have as much APM as our opponent. We're still able to win. Still able to win. Stand up. I hope you're wearing your Neuro shirt. I'm wearing my Neuro shirt. If you want to learn more about how to be a Zerg, definitely check out twitch.tv/Neuro. And Neuro on Twitter and Instagram. And he's even got a podcast. It's amazing. You should definitely check it out. All right, going up against a gold player. Okay, let's try to get this extractor trick off correctly. Oh, we have some correct emoters in the chat. Okay. I think this one goes here. Oh, this Overlord is super late. Yeah, changing the time of the extractor trick is messing me up hard. So these early parts of the build are gonna be sloppy. I've been practicing it the wrong way for a while. If you've been following this video, so have you. It's unfortunately, it's kind of part of the game. You make mistakes and you learn how to make your build order better. You know, it occurs. But we're still doing the same basic stuff. We can realign back on our rallying workers into the gas and follow it up with the 19 Overlord. Just hold down that Overlord button. If you have the core, you have rapid fire production, so you can do that. It'll just instantly make as soon as you have the larva. How neat is that? I would say it's pretty neato. Well, our hatchery is actually going to finish before our spawning pool. I really need to practice this build over again now that I fixed it. And we're going to pull off gas. Speed has been started. And third comes right after this. We're actually a little bit late. I want to send that drone a little early. Drones, 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 drones. So many drones. Okay, so that overlord is supposed to be on 30. Usually comes right after the inject. Got a little distracted by the over. I think 8 links might beat that. Especially if they're out of position. Not quite. Okay, let's get our overlord speed. We need to put back on gas. Get the creep spread going. More queens. And let's try to replenish our army. We did lose some, so in case they try to walk across the map against us, we're gonna want to have some kind of defense. No, don't do that. Just right there is fine. I'll try to get a scout across. Looks like they don't have a heck of a lot. Drones. And let's send this guy. Oh, we need overlord speed. We're supposed to get overlord speed with the Roach Warren. We should get a lair, a couple of evos. We don't know what they're doing. So this scout's supposed to come in at 4 minutes, but I forgot my overlord speed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some panic crawlers because we don't know what they're up to.
Metamorphosis complete.
Trying to get 16 per base. We're trying to get a fully saturated situation as quickly as possible. And get our upgrades.
Evolution complete.
Without dying. Send a couple more. Oh, they're just letting us have a peek in their base. Oops. Forgot all about our overlord. So, one of the biggest advantages of Zerg is that if they leave you alone, you can get very powerful very quick. Alright, so now we have 3 base economy. We can send one to this base. And now we're just gonna make overlords and units. And that's it.
Complete.
I'm gonna add this to the control group. And actually, okay, so they're going for
Mutation complete.
so they might try boosting to the main, so we're gonna try to slow them down from doing that. I lost track of where they went. Not good. Maybe they went home.
Mineral field depleted.
And this is not a result of us building the right units. This is just the result of us building drones at the right time and not paying attention to our minimap.
The hive cluster is under attack. Are under attack.
So we're in a base raid. Base trade? A little bit of a base trade situation.
Our forces are under attack.
We need to get our spawning pool back. And there we go. Okay. So many map awareness. That's really important. Luckily, we just had so much stuff it didn't matter. You'll see that kind of theme kind of runs you pretty much to platinum. You can make a lot of dumb moves. Now, where the heck was that drop? We didn't keep a good eye on it when we were chasing it over here. Yeah, they just went off to the side and waited? Yeah. So we had the kind of a right idea, but we definitely should have left some units at home. We knew there was a big drop. We should have left some units at home. We had a big unit advantage. So leaving some units at home would have been wise. Cool. A little bit of learning going on there. Again, we stand up. Because that's what you do. Oh man, we're almost there. We swarm. Stretch the tops and the bottoms and the sides. We stretch them all. Believe the headless Jack. He will show you the way. And so this is one of the things that's going to be a lot different about this bronze to whatever series compared to others, is that I'm going to lose games because I'm actually leveling up along with you. I am going to lose games here. If I had my good old diamond mechanics still with me, it would be no problem. I would crush. But okay, this overlord's on time this time. I think it goes right away. Let's see. I'm learning this build as I go here. No, so it'll be after these two. Okay, we got 2 cameras set up. But then after that, it evens out, just like before. So we have our 2 workers over here. Let's check the... Okay, it's Zerg. So second overlord should be coming in a little bit. Second overlord's just going to get in a position down one of the main attack paths. I want to see the attack paths. Rally in here, and we definitely have a triple because we have a single. So where's the triple? There it is. Time it out. Reset the rally point. Great. Now we have a little waiting period. We're not going to drone. We are going to overlord. Third overlord checks the third. I think this is the most likely third. Getting on the high ground to Anakin is good. Use the force and such. Okay. Back to drones. And when the creep gets to the wall, we build the wall. Usually right now we're looking at getting a third. This time, let's make sure we get our... wait a minute. There's not an expansion here. That means we build units. Whoa! A later expansion. Looks like we're going to get a free supply block here. We built some units, so we may as well use them.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, this is great. So they attacked us. When we built too many units on accident, they're about to get supply blocked. Right when they need to be building stuff to defend the attack that's coming. And behind all this, we're just going to drone. We're going to get more ahead, as Artosis would say. And once again. Let's see. How many? More than me. Yeah. That's enough. We force them to make units. That's enough. Let's try to get to the next stage of our build here. We're not going to use all these. We're just getting a wall set up. Jak doesn't know how to make a wall. Ignore me. There it is.
Metamorphosis complete.
Inject. Inject. Build an overlord. Drones. Banes. Perfect. Perfect. So we're not really going to participate in the Ling Bane experience. We're just not going to do it. hold position in the wall. Keep 4 drones here to replenish this. And that's going to be 2 bases. Check for a 3rd here. What are you doing? I'm going to check for this 3rd here and then come back. Okay, no 3rd.
Evolution complete.
Speed is very important. Speed is important because it allows you to choose if you're going to take the engagement or not. That's the big advantage. We're going to just keep some scouts. We want to see when they're expanding. Also, we want to see what their tech is and spend our money. They could be going for mutas. We're not scouting. We have a lot of money in the bank. We have overlords on the way. Tell me we have overlords on the way. Tell me we have overlords on the way. We do. Whoops, I meant to take you out of the control group.
Metamorphosis complete.
Alright, so we're gonna go out onto the map with our upgrades.
Metamorphosis complete.
I did go mutas. Okay.
A mineral field.
Fortunately for us, now, mutas take a very long time to kill shit. We're going to use this to our advantage. Keep the mutas back long enough for us to build some defenses against them and to get some damage done. So despite the fact that we can't shoot up at the mutas, we're going to kill all these drones. And we're going to really hurt our opponent. We're going to stop them from building more mutas. So it's not all about building the right unit. A lot of times it's about some other factors that come into play. Part of this series is going to be about kind of showing you what that is. And there it is, GG. We beat mutas with roaches. How do you beat mutas? What if I can't get to hydras? Just build roaches and go fucking kill them. What matters was we built drones at the right time. That's the big thing that really changes. If you can build drones at the right time, the world is yours. And so we got up to our 2-base economy as quickly as possible. And they were just kind of hanging on 2 bases. But we got the drones first, I think. Let's take a look at the graph to see if that was accurate. Yeah, see? This blue line is us. So we're able to get the macro advantage. And despite the fact that they had mutas, we were still able to be victorious. All right. Nice. Nice little short ZVZ. Stretch. Oh, we haven't done this one yet. This is the awkward piloting some kind of a ship stretch. I don't know. Jet ski? Is this the jet ski stretch? We gotta call this something interesting. You just hold your thumbs like you don't know how to make a fist, and then you point them down a little bit. Don't push too hard. Very, very sensitive tendons in there. You don't want to overstrain them, just till you feel a little bit of a stretch. The standing up is really the big thing. A lot of like wrist pain actually comes from your spine and your posture and your blood not circulating properly. So you just got to move around a little bit, stand up in between your games. All right, going up against a Prodosser. The cool thing about roaches is that they're good against everybody. Roaches are good against every race. They are your hammer. If you're not fancy and crafty, like the beginning stages when you're learning how to do things, you know, you learn how to smash stuff with a hammer first, and then you learn the fencing skills and the riposte and other fancy French words. But to begin with, just smash it with a hammer. That's it. The hammer of macro. Okay. See if we can get this on time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back. And it's a Protoss. Let's go this way and then this way. And last time we said it was after these workers got built. That we send the drone. Generally you send the drone around 200. So a little bit sooner. Gotta keep an eye on triples right now. It looks like everyone's doubled up. So against Protoss, you have adepts to worry about. So I do kind of like to block off the adepts a bit. If I get a building over here, it's kind of nice. I think this is 4 squares though, not 3. 3 squares is 1 basic building, like a spawning pool. Don't worry, he'll come around in the front once he's done. He knows the right way to go. Overlord. And we're being proxied. I don't know how to react to this. But I do know that it only takes about 5 drones or so to build constant Zerglings. This around. And we can go back into gas now. We can go back into drones now. And we're just going to get whatever work we can get done with these lings and build drones. They had to sacrifice a lot of economy to get that done. We're going to get Zergling speed. We're just going to go back into our old easy stuff. They're all in. That doesn't mean we have to be all in. We want to find out what their next step is. It's unlikely to be very good. There's a wall here. And looks like they don't have much of anything else. And they're building a forge, so it means all of our drones are safe. We should be able to win with just these lings. There's an oracle on the way. All right. Yep, especially in the lower leagues, pulling a lot of extra workers is fine. You start with quite a few, and like I said, one hatchery's worth of lings is only 5 drones. So if you have 2 hatcheries, you can make constant lings with just 10 drones. So do the math, figure it out. Just pull the maximum amount, over pull, react quickly. Most of the time, you're going to be fine. Sometimes that's not the right move, but again, this is advice for the beginning stuff. And you can refine your way, all the way into Gold League. Not too bad, considering we only practiced for 14 hours before we started laddering from Bronze. Not too bad. I'd like to make a little quick stream announcement for the people who have been viewing on the stream and just tuned in. I have done the math. I downloaded SE Fusion and I ran the build, and I was wrong. I misremembered the build. The first drone is the extractor trick, and you build the overlord after it. So the first drone you build does the extractor trick, not the second drone. We've been doing it with second drone this whole time. Ugh. So we've actually been playing at an inherent disadvantage to what we could have been doing. That's fine. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. And even then, right, small thing, we're still managed to get ourselves into the Gold League. Just like that. Just like that. Remember, just these 4 basic rules, the 4 basic mechanics: overlords, creep spread, injects, and building units. Right? Be able to do those things mechanically. Then attack, defend, expand. Just understand that, how that works. When your opponent attacks, defend. When your opponent defends, expand. When your opponent cheeses you, pull your drones and fucking kill them. That's all for today. See you later.